We just got a dog last week, so if you hear like a barking fit downstairs, yeah, you hear that. Dogs, I think, I don't think they like birds. At least our dog Camp doesn't like birds. He likes barking at them. I think some birds of prey will get him. That was an awful segue. Yeah, I watched Birds of Prey. Alright, the DCEU marathon continues. I gotta speed through these. I mentioned that in the Joker video, because granted, at the time of this recording, I have seen The Flash. Ba-ba! So, we gotta speed through this marathon real quick. I like to think of Birds of Prey as basically an outlier of the DCEU. It is very different visually, and mainly in terms of its comedy, like within the DCEU. It's more on like the Deadpool angle when it comes to its humor. And I really do think that this was a move that was made to try and distance Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Granted, made a shit ton of money, but as I said, I'm just gonna say right now, I think this is one of the worst ones, and honestly, I think my opinion might change on that in one of the upcoming movies. And it didn't even have that much of a winning box office, mainly attributed to the fact that a month after it released in theaters, the COVID pandemic hit. So it didn't make a bunch of money. Granted, not a lot of movies made money in 2020, but COVID happened, and like I think 2 or 3 weeks after this came out, everything shut down, so it never even had a massive run in theaters. But yeah, I actually like this movie. I actually like it quite a bit. I think it ranks up high in the DCEU right now. The plot overall is basically a cat and mouse like thriller. I don't want to liken it to Catch Me If You Can because I don't think they have similar plots, but it feels like a cat and mouse thriller, and I really like that aspect. Well, I like those kind of movies in general. So seeing that being applied to a DC movie, let alone, well, I think is a pretty good one, it's nice to see them experiment with different kinds of thrillers and action. Speaking of the action, I think the action in this is fantastic. I know I'm not one to usually complain about the big overstuffed CGI finale, but I really feel like the finale is not a CGI fest, and I actually think it's one of the better third act battle sequences in recent memory. I think Cathy Yan, who directed this, I think she did a great fucking job with directing the action in this. I really do think this movie's just pretty much cut and dry for me. But I'm gonna move on to the acting now, because I will say that Margot Robbie, well, I do think that she just didn't have good writing in Suicide Squad. I think this movie cemented Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn as one of the best comic book movie casting choices ever. Like, full out, flat stop, I think this is an incredible adaptation of Harley. I think this is like up there with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. I really do think it's up there. I think she's fantastic in the roles that she's in playing her. I think it also helps that the style of this movie and the meta fourth wall breaking comedy really hasn't soured on me yet. I mean, like, there was a break where I didn't really watch any of those kind of movies, but I still like the two Deadpool movies, and I like this as well. I feel like this just hits a good balance of everything. It's kind of sad that Jurnee Smollett isn't really going to be playing Black Canary anymore. I think there was a series or a HBO Max movie planned for Black Canary, and I just don't think it ever got I don't think it ever got any traction, which is sad because I really do like her as Black Canary. Same thing with Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress. I think that was a very good casting choice, and honestly, I'm kind of sad they're not doing more with them. I also do like Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, although rewatching it for this made me realize that the main cast is essentially a bunch of women, and mostly women of color, actually, and the men in this are gay. So this is a representation win, if anything. I mean, it's June 1st. It's Pride Month. I didn't mean to line it up like this, but hey, happy Pride Month. I also do like the presentation of this movie and like the visual style of this. It's very kinetic, and it's the closest that we could get to, like, a live-action version of the Harley Quinn animated series. I've only seen a couple episodes of it, but I like what I've seen of it, and I feel like this is very much one-to-one paired with that, and I think that's why Birds of Prey has gotten a cult following, because the show's done really well. I feel like this doesn't need much explaining, but this is a very feminist movie. Like, nothing wrong with that. It turned off a certain section of the world, because, you know, people just don't, there are some people that just don't like that. And quite frankly, I hate talking about politics. And fuck it, I'm just gonna say it again, because it's June 1st, Pride Month, be who you want to be. Yeah. I also really like the music in this. I just do. Well, when it comes to the soundtrack and also the score from Daniel Pemberton. I think that's who it is. I think it's Daniel Pemberton. It is Daniel Pemberton. He does a great job with the score for this movie, and he also does the score for the Spider-Verse movies, and believe it or not, he was one of the only bright spots of Amsterdam, who actually also starred Margot Robbie, the last movie review I did. Also did not plan for that. Yeah, as I said earlier, I think my opinion on this is pretty cut and dry. I actually really like Birds of Prey, and, well, I'm gonna get the long title right, because, like, the absurdly long title. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Yes, bam, first try. I'm built different. Yeah, I really like this one. Just, I don't know, it works for me. I like the action. I think the comedy works. I think the villain's good. I don't know. This is just an all-around good movie. There's nothing really else I could say about it. I just feel like if I had to think of something that, like, it's not a 10 out of 10. There are like issues I have with it. I think it's a little long. The middle drags out a little bit. But hey, I actually really like this one. Probably more than when I saw it in theaters. I'm perfectly good with giving Birds of Prey an 8 out of 10. I really did have fun with this. I don't know how you were gonna feel about that, but hey, I don't know. Maybe you're a person that checked out when I said be who you want to be during Pride Month. So I don't know. All right, those are my thoughts on Birds of Prey. My question for you is: do you like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn? As I said earlier, I think this is a damn near perfect casting choice, and I really do hope that she continues in James Gunn's DCU, because honestly I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, but who knows. Anyway, let me know what you think of Birds of Prey. What do you think of Harley Quinn? What do you think of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn? Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. He barked right at the end. See ya.